I am Marcus James Dixon with Gold Derby, and we are here with the golden god of game shows, David Genat, who you just won a record of $5.8 million in the finale of Jail or No Deal Island Season 2. How do you possibly wrap your mind around that?
It's tough, Marcus, but someone has to do it. Someone has to wrap their mind around that kind of money. It's incredible, man. I mean, it's just everything. When I started this journey of like doing reality shows and you're playing for big money, I never dreamed that I would play for this amount of money and get a chance to win this amount of money. It's like so far beyond the scope of what I envisaged for myself. So it's been really, really intense.
And how does the American dollars translate to Australian? Have you done that calculation
I
yet?
think it's like $10 million dues, Marcus. I
Wow.
think. Is the dollary dude going strong at the moment? What's happening?
Oh, I hope so. I imagine, yeah. Um, so let's go back to that moment when you push the button, seal in the deal. How you kind of were, you seemed calm. How did you not pass out? Like, how did you seem okay?
Because I was calm. I was having a very spiritual experience out there, Marcus. Like I was just feeling really connected to like my dad who passed a few years prior and to like God and like I just felt very spiritually driven when all that was happening. And I actually knew where that 12.2 was. Like I felt like I knew seven had the money in it. And
Mm.
so I had made peace with the fact I was going to accept 5.8. And I was thinking through all these different scenarios and how I would like this to go and want it to happen. And you hear me say it, Lachelle says, like, what's meant for you is meant for you. And I just felt like 5.8 was meant for me. It was the amount I was really content with. It's
Mm.
so much insane amount of money. But it also means that I will still continue to work and do fun stuff. I think with 12.2, I'm like, I might be dead on the side of the road somewhere in Colombia. So it was like good to, it was just like a really good, it was just a really good amount. And yeah, I was just felt really happy with 5.8 and it just felt right. So when
Mm.
I'm saying deal, it just felt like this completion of like this amazing journey I'd had. I'd had the most incredible time out there.
Mm.
And it just, yeah, it felt right, man. So that's why I was like calm.
And you had offers, and I mean, all of your offers were incredible. 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, and everyone was screaming at you to say yes. I was reaching through the TV trying to get you to say yes. You kind of just seemed like were you ignoring everyone or were you just doing your own thing?
No, I wasn't ignoring them. Like Marcus, I love making television, bro. Like I'm a television character at my heart. And so I had come into the game and my initial thought was like, oh, Will's going to be going against me no matter what I do. So I'm going to play off his energy of being like, take the deal, David. And I'm going to be like, no. But because the sum started getting so high, Will actually flipped and was like, no, no, he's not going to take the deal. Don't take the deal. Keep playing. And it was the people that actually cared for me that were like, dude, please take the deal. So I wasn't really ready for that.
Mm.
But they just, I like made really great relationships with these people, like Michelle and Pav and Dixon. Like they wanted the best for me. And so they were really like, dude, like, please just take this money. Like we want to see you win some money. So to get to look at their faces and just see this like light beaming out of their faces. They were so happy for me to be at that point in the game. That it was scary, man, being there for them doing that. But I had just a real strong sense of self and what I was going to do in the moment, and so that's why I kind of was calm with it. Like I knew I couldn't go wrong as long as I left seven on the board. I could do whatever, and like let's just see how much money we can get.
And speaking of your relationships, that's what helped you to win that final challenge over Letty. And were you worried at all that once your secret came out about us being the golden god of Australian Survivor, that Dixon would be offended and he wouldn't give you a high case? Maybe some other people would be like, "Oh, he lied to me. I'm not going to help him."
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I was really concerned about that. But I think it was one of these things where like what I wanted to do was if they knew, turn it around to be a positive thing where I'm like, look, wasn't that cool that I was able to do that? Like, doesn't that show I deserve to win this game? Like, I am skillful, man. Like, I played a completely different character to you guys for like 20 plus days, or with 25 days, I was someone that I'm not. But you saw the genuine side of me in our relationship. That's why we vibed. That's why we bonded. I just had to play a secret. Now, is that worthy? of a winner for this game? Have you put your time and energy on the line for someone to win who hasn't done that? Who's been like talking about integrity and honesty? Like boring, man. Like, come on, we want a big winner. We want someone who's played big and is going to do something crazy at Temple, and that's going to be me. So let's go. Yes, I was able to trick you, but that's good gameplay. Like in these games, that is the game. Is like tricking people and getting good relationships and being able to like make strategic moves. And I did all that in spades. So do you want someone to sit at the end that like really deserves it? Because I deserve it. And like you were a part of that. So be a part of my win. Don't be a part of my downfall. Like that's boring.
You're so good at tricking people. I remember on Australian Survivor, you had a fake idol and you gave it to someone on the other tribe and tricked him into thinking it was real. I think
Oh yeah.
that moment has always stuck with me through the years.
Oh boy. So the person I did that to, his name's Sean Hampson, and he is Australia's darling. He's an ex football player. He's married to the most beautiful Australian supermodel, Megan Gale, and Australia loves this guy. So when I did that on the show and then it played, the amount of hate mail I got, Marcus, you would not believe. And I was like, "Oh, I've made a big mistake here," but it was one of my most fun moments. And like I grew up watching villains on reality TV. I grew up watching Pav and Boston Rob and Tyson. And like to me, they were the most fun.
Mhm.
So you don't want to be an all the way villain like Russell, but you want to be like a lovable villain like, Pav or Rob. And that's what I've always wanted to be on television. That's the character I aspire to be. Didn't really turn out like that on Dondi. I was giving them that if they wanted to edit me like that. I just, I love that side of the shows. And to me, it's way more interesting to have those layers of someone who does play a cutthroat, fun game. Like, when else do you get to do that? You can't do that in your real life.
Right.
I'm super honest in my real life. I get out to go out there and be a different person. Like, and to be honest, my career set me up for that. I was a fashion model. I'm pretending to be someone else. I'm pretending to have fake relationships for like 20 years.
Mm.
Like that is my bread and butter. I was grown up on that. I did that from my early 20s into 30s. I studied theater acting. I'm creating characters. I'm creating fake chemistry, fake romances. Like that's what I've always done. And so I've taken all those tools I've learned over 20 years of entertainment into these games, and it's really helped me.
Tell us about Chrissy Teigen, the new banker, the female banker. It seemed like you guys had a nice rapport going on out there.
I mean, she's great, man. I mean, we also have had like pretty, she models, she knows what that's about.
Mm.
So I really related well to Christy. I think it was funny because the bank is supposed to be this like real staunch, like you suck, David. And like she was feeling bad saying that stuff. Like there was a couple of times you didn't see where she'd be like, "Oh, really, David? Because that's a terrible move. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. I'm like, I think you're great." I'll be like, "Oh, I think you're great. Just say it. Like, let's go. We can really run with this." Because she's just such a nice person. And it was really funny seeing her up there trying to be staunch and mean and stuff. But she couldn't help but get sucked into the moment of what was happening. And I
Mm.
think at one point, like where I'm like turning down crazy offers, and she's like, "David, what do you please?" And she's on the ground like begging, like
Yeah, you broke her.
I broke her. Yeah.
At
Also,
the
because
end,
we were filming until 3 a.m. in the morning, and I don't think she was ready for that.
at the end, she's like, "Am I fired?" And I was thinking, well, if she does not come back next year, I mean, I think, David, I think you would be an amazing banker.
I've got the money to do it. So, and I know what kind of game I want to see people play. So maybe I'll have to finance the show next season.
Mm. You kept a kissing your necklace as a way to remember your family back home. I'm
Yeah.
curious, what was their reaction when you told them or when they found out that it was 5.8 million you were bringing home?
I mean, they went crazy. I think when I spend so much time like away for shows and they're big blocks of time. And so they're sacrificing as well, right? Not getting to spend as much time with me or me being away and to be able to go, well, it was worth 5.5 million, 6 million bucks. It really validates everything I've been doing. And I just don't think in their wildest dreams, they have utmost confidence in me. I'll go do a show and I'm like, guys, I'm gonna win this show. Like I really see it, I'm manifested, and I'm like, I'm gonna win this one. And they're like, okay. And at this point, they kind of have to believe me. I won three. So I'm like, I'm calling them. And to be able to deliver when you say something, like, what a great example to get to set for your kids. You believe in something, you achieve it, and you can deliver. So to be able to bring home that bacon has been really good. And it's pretty
Mhm.
cut bacon, Marcus, if I do say so myself. It's fatty and delicious.
Well, before I let you go, I'm curious, what is next for you? Are you going to be on any other reality shows where we can see you do your Golden God thing again?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely want to make other shows. I think the luxury of this money is I get to kind of pick and choose them now.
Mm.
Before I had to take stuff as it came up, like I'm doing a show, pretty much a show a year. But I had gone into hosting back home. I was hosting my own reality shows and I host some travel shows and stuff like that. So going back to being a contestant, I was a bit like, oof, I don't know, but I just want to have fun now, man. So if I get fun projects put in front of me, I'm doing them. And I'll say no to the ones I don't want to do. But it's like, yeah, financial security. So you can kind of pick and choose, which is really fun. I'd love to do the traders. Obviously, I'd be a really good faithful. I'm a very honest player. So I think I'd be the greatest faithful.
I'll believe you.
You better, Marcus.
Yes.